Hey, it's Worth Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny.
Welcome to our podcast where we discuss pickup, game, relationships, and
Sex.
girls want to. We say, what do girls want? Girls want to show up, look hot, and that's it.
Yep.
When you ask a girl out, there's an 18-point checklist of what you may not realize it.
It's true.
But you'll have to hit certain marks throughout the date for it to be a success. And she only has two things. She has to show up,
Yeah.
and she has to look hot.
Yeah.
A pleasant personality is optional. I mean, unfortunately,
It's
because, I've put that out in a tweet before, and guys were like, a pleasant personality. Well, it's not, you can't really put it on her. You don't know.
There are a ton of guys who will make exception after exception for a girl just for being hot.
Yes.
They'll put up with the biggest bitchiness,
Yeah.
the brattiness, the most entitled, as long as she looks good on his arm.
Shows up, looks hot, everything else is negotiable.
Yeah, it's true.
So that gives you an idea, because this is just your first date. But girls, over time, that's pretty much what they want to do.
Yeah, it's true.
That's why they struggle with work. That's why they struggle with changing their habits. That's why they struggle with showing up on time. What is your phrase, Bunny, about have to and want to?
Oh, well, girls operate under want to. Men operate under have to. And every time I put that out there, I get pushback.
Weird.
But the exceptions prove the rule. The bottom line is men don't get to choose whether they are earning money. Once you move out of your parents' house, and even guys who are still living at home with their parents or grandparents or a scenario like that, often will have like financial responsibilities based on that. The parents will charge them rent to kind of teach a lesson. They don't necessarily do that with girls.
No.
They don't do that with daughters.
Mm-hmm.
That's a rarity.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few, but that's
They're
a
the
whole
exception.
Other, yeah,
Again.
that's a whole other. But like men, if they're not earning money and able to pay rent, they get kicked out. Women can usually, if they don't want to work, if they don't want to keep this job, if I just wasn't comfortable. Oh, I just didn't like it. It didn't feel like it fulfilled me. I want to do something more creative. Men have to get a new job before they quit their old job. Women can quit their job because they always have a safety net. They have fathers, grandfathers, adoring uncles, quote unquote uncles, sugar daddies, boyfriends, gay best friends, you name it. Women have all kinds of options aside from like the OnlyFans or things like that. I'm not even talking about like that. I mean like literal, safety net options.
It has always been like this.
Yeah.
It's like when you see a really hot girl working retail. She doesn't have to. It's so rare.
She's not making any money doing retail.
No, I mean, you see a really hot girl working the front desk at a gas station. It's an anomaly.
Yeah. And she hasn't graduated high school yet.
Exactly. But I mean, the exception, especially on everything we're going to talk to about today, proves the rule.
Yeah.
It's just like I've met two women in my entire lifetime that could actually build a business.
Right.
Because it is all have to. And the want tos, there's no clear-cut right decision.
Yeah.
And girls don't like things being up in the air like that,
Yeah.
They need concrete. One is a girl who's truly, truly insane that I bought a gym from. And she's like a chiropractor and a nurse practitioner, and she has like 5 gyms and 2 offices. And anybody you describe her to, they go, she's insane.
Yeah.
And Bunny, who has started 3 or 4 businesses that I had no hand in whatsoever. Usually there's a guy.
I think that's an important point.
Yeah.
Is even girls who, and you say this all the time, you say it better than I do.
Yeah.
But girls who seem to be like the boss babes and stuff like that, inevitably, once you really look, it may be a theoretical women-owned business or whatever, but There's a husband back there who's financing it. There's a father back there who's checking in to make sure she's actually doing stuff. There's a brother who's her partner in the business who actually manages all the business whatsoever, and she only does like the creative, fun stuff.
Yeah, the fun. That's what you usually see. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and I would say we have a male-female pair of dentists that are clients of ours, and she's as boss babe as she gets. I mean, she is powerful. She's a neat lady. We think the world of her. But I'm telling you, when she decides to shut it off and she decides to go on vacation, she thinks nothing of it. She thinks nothing of it. She owns an entire practice, and she just will be like, I want a vacation. And she will take a vacation. Men don't have that option. Men are still taking calls when they're gone. Men are, still they're waking up before the family on vacations to get 4 hours worth of work done before everybody wakes up.
Exactly.
You name it. Women want to, men under have to.
They want to show up and look hot.
Yeah. And I mean, I know you just gave me that compliment, but truly, if if I could wake up in the morning, go work out, and then like shower at the gym and get ready, because that's what I used to really love doing when I was still in college. Get ready at the gym, go for coffee or brunch with a girlfriend. Then after that, go to a museum or go do art or take a nap, and then wake up, spruce the house up a little bit, get dinner going just in time for you to walk in at, let's say, 6 p.m., and we could have a lovely evening. The house is all clean. I look great. The dinner's ready. You walk in, you sit down, we have a lovely dinner. And then maybe we have some time together. Maybe you still have some work to do. And then we, have sex and go to bed. This is a woman's ideal. It just is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys will see a lot of these videos coming out like in the last couple of years where the girl's sitting in her car crying because work sucks and she doesn't make enough money to make a living. Well, none of this was ever supposed to happen anyway.
Right.
Guys are used to living six to a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Their first couple of years out of college.
Yeah.
I mean, all of these things they complain because girls in the workforce just maybe 20% of girls really have any business working full or part-time.
Well, and I think most do well at a part-time level, as long as their income or their livelihood isn't dependent on their income.
Yeah.
Girls want to feel useful. So they want to feel useful to you. They want you to give them little chores to do. They want you to give them little errands to do. They want kids to have to be in charge of. They want a house to keep. But they enjoy having a little part-time job. They enjoy a little secretary position, a little receptionist position. They enjoy selling at Williams and Sonoma. They enjoy, working for an art gallery. They enjoy these little jobs. They enjoy volunteering at the kids' schools. These are the kinds of things that females were equipped for. They were not equipped for being full-time. They were not equipped for being, corporate badasses. 1 week out of the month, they're an emotional basket case. They're a wreck. They don't go to work. They call in sick because they're on the period. Like every pregnancy, we always are suspicious of people who, as business owners, hire a lot of women in a field where that's not the predominant thing, because you think they're about to get married, they're going to start having kids. Every kid they take, another, 2 or 3, 4 months off work, like you name it. Hiring women,
and most of them don't come back.
Yeah, most of them you put them through this maternity leave, you give them big parties, you do all this stuff for them, and
they're never coming back.
Yeah, then they're like, oh, well, Mark and I talked, and I think it'd just be better if I stayed home, which it is. It is better. But all of this...
But you just paid for it all.
Yeah,
Pretty much it.
Exactly. But I mean, girls just want to show up and look hot.
Yeah.
That's in life, in
Yeah.
all aspects.
At
of
all
life.
ages, at every age.
Yeah.
That's the sum of it. So if you're ever confused and she's making a lot of decisions of her own,
Yeah.
it's because she's making a lot of decisions of her own. She's aggravated.
Yeah.
You know, girls don't like it.
Girls are never happy if they're having to make a lot of decisions. If you like this podcast, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. And if any of this relates to your life, if you deal with this, if you want to better understand female nature, Fort Worth's Book 1 and 2 of the Best of Chateau HEARTISTE will nail it to the wall. I mean, it is the collection of the best articles on truly understanding the way women operate that have ever been written. And we encourage you to pick those up in the links in the description box down below. If you're dealing with a specific issue that, is related to one particular girl or a type of girl or just your kind of relationship or dating situation, reach out to us. Consults are the most efficient way to get on track from where you are to where you want to be in whatever your relationship challenges are. So reach out to Fort Worth and/or and we would love to meet with you. We want you to win. Bye.